So we've owned the 701 Enduro for just over a year now. We've had loads of you guys getting in touch, asking whatever happened with it. Well, as you can see, it's still here, and I'm going to explain how we've been getting on. So we've still got the bike, but unfortunately our original plans got a little bit scuppered. Firstly, COVID happened. Secondly, I got a bit of an injury late last year. Thirdly as well, the bike actually got stuck in a dealership mid sort of lockdowns while it was having some warranty work done for the clutch slave master cylinder, which had a failure. And a couple of other little priority changes, and all of a sudden our big plans for the 701 Enduro just didn't quite pan out the way we originally planned. But good news is that we're now getting back on track and we've got some big plans again to be featuring this bike. So I wanted to give you a bit of an update on that and some of the plans that we've got too. So we have actually used the bike quite a bit, and it has been featuring in quite a few of the projects that we've done and quite a few photo shoots as well that have been really successful. We've also been using it as a development tool as well, and a big part of what we do in terms of making products at Knox is not only designing them, but we're developing and testing them out in the field as well, and we've been using this bike to do that. So the 2021 collection has been thoroughly tested, but using this bike. So a quick commentary on the bike. It is everything that we hoped that it would be, and is, in my mind at least, the best dual sport bike available on the marketplace. It is that genuine, proper on-road riding motorcycle to off-road that we all talk about and dream about doing, and genuinely gives a solution where you can be comfortably on the road cruising, then 10 minutes later cutting up some seriously rough trails. Of course there are compromises with this bike, and we'll come on to that, but it does that one thing on road to genuine off-road better than any bike I've ever ridden. So on road, it's ultimately just a big dirt bike basically, and it rides very differently to an adventure bike like a 790 Adventure R, for example. It's a lot less refined, it's a lot harder, it's a lot more flighty and a lot less plush, generally speaking, than an adventure bike. So if you're used to riding one of them and you want that sort of experience, this bike isn't going to deliver that. It's a lot more flighty as well because it's so much lighter. I wouldn't be super mad about doing a really long trip on this motorcycle, but riding the twisty roads and the kind of mountain passes that we've got on the road, it's actually a load of fun, and you can really hoon this bike. It's fantastic. It's a bit weird really, because in one sense I don't like the way that the bike rides on the road, but then the next minute it's the bike that I'm rolling out the garage to go and have a play on. First thing is the engine. Well, it's absolutely rapid. I mean, considering the type of bike it is, it's incredible. It's got so much performance, and there are not many adventure bikes that would get away from this one, and I've tested it against a few as well, and it's got loads and loads of performance. And then all of the performance that the bike does have is at fairly sensible road going speeds. The way that the power is made and the torque is made is really dramatic, and that makes you feel like you're going very fast, but then actually when you look down then at the clocks, you're not actually going too fast. In comparison to my GSX-R, for example, that bike is built for one thing. It's built to go fast, it's built for speed. And you look down at the clock and you think, well, hang on, we need to back off a little bit. But at the same time it feels a lot less dramatic because that bike is built for speed. This on the other hand feels so much more lively and so much more dramatic, but actually you're not going as fast, and that I think makes this bike and this engine package in a motorcycle one of the best ones out there as well, because it gives you all the drama and all the thrills, but you get to keep your license with it as well, so I think that's great. For example, at about 80 miles an hour, everything gets pretty uncomfortable, and you wouldn't want to sit at that sort of speed all day because the ergonomics of the bike, you're very high up, and you've also got a lot of wind blasting at you as well. So immediately you're aware of your speed and you can just knock it back off and just travel at a slightly more sensible speed. It's also the most wheelie prone bike that I've personally ever ridden. It's unbelievable. I mean, second and third gear power wheelies are just commonplace on this bike. Yes, you heard that right. Third gear power wheelies, no clutch, no nothing. Just honk it up in third. Unbelievable. Fourth and fifth on the clutch wheelies are possible on this bike. It's unbelievable. And it's even more. You stick it in off-road mode, which is number 2 on the Switch, and you can have all the wheelie action you want with traction control still applied. Now, the road going handling on this bike as well, I think is really great considering the type of bike it is. Yes, a lot of people talk about a big 21-inch front wheel and how that means it doesn't want to turn and stuff. Yes, okay, the tyre selection at a 21-inch wheel isn't great. There's not a huge amount of super sticky road rubber available for that tyre size, but I've actually found the handling fantastic on this bike. And yeah, okay, when you're counter steering at high lean angle, for example, everything feels a little bit weird, but as long as you stop doing that counter steering, you just let the bike go where it wants to go and you still go around the corner, it feels fantastic to me anyway, and is certainly commensurate for what I'd think a bike like this would handle. And the TKC 80 tyres fitted to this bike do a really nice job on the road. And then you're going to take this bike off-road, and this is where the bike really starts to shine. And now, before buying it, we hadn't ridden it before actually, and certainly hadn't ridden it off-road. And you'd certainly look at the commercial and think, oh God, you know, this is going to be like an enduro bike. And if you look at the footage on that original commercial, you could probably come to that conclusion. Well, having ridden it, it's definitely not an enduro bike. It's considerably heavier. It rides heavier too. It's not as nimble as an enduro bike off-road, and it's a lot faster as well. Now, this engine off-road has got enough power to put you on your backside before you've even known what's happened. It's unbelievable. Yes, it's awesome, but you have got to treat it with a little bit of respect. I wouldn't be giving it full handfuls of throttle off-road like you might do a lower capacity dirt bike, for example. You're going to get yourself into a huge amount of trouble when you do that because there's so much power on this motorcycle. And yes, you can modulate it. Yes, it is absolutely fantastic when you do that, but you've got to modulate the throttle a little bit, and you've got to treat this bike with a bit of respect, otherwise it'll bite you, and it'll bite you blooming hard. So most of the big adventure type content that I see on YouTube is done on fire roads. And most of those fire roads, I'd have a blooming good go on my GSX-R doing them. But the reality is for us in the Lake District here is that a lot of the trails that we have are really quite steep actually, and they have a lot of big rocks and boulders put in the way as well. And you try them on a big adventure bike, and we've done it. And honestly, it's just really scary, and it's not an experience I'd jump back into if I had the opportunity. On the flip side, doing them on the 701 Enduro is absolutely no problems, and you can smash pretty much every trail that we've got in the Lake District on this bike, no issues, and you get a really capable rider on this bike and some amazing stuff can happen. But again, it's the ability of this bike to be able to blend in that nice roads with a few trails as well, and this ability to join up the dots in your ride out with this bike, that it really excels, and it does like no other bike I've ever ridden can do. So what's next? Well, firstly, we're going to be riding it more. That's the first thing we'll be doing. We've also now got a Yamaha WR250F, so me and Jeff are going to be hitting the trails again very soon once this lockdown ends, and we're going to be producing more of the off-road type content, and that'll be featuring on the channel and be featuring with this bike. So the second thing that we'll be doing is continuing the project series on the 701 Enduro. Now, we think the bike is awesome as it is, but there are some things that we want to change in order to make it a bit better, and I think that's going to be really interesting for you guys too. Now, most of the changes that we'll be doing are to make it a bit better off-road, so please stay tuned for what they are. So look, I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please like, please comment, please check out the Knox range, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.